Spazzy commentary and planty.
Hello, YouTube! Spazzy coming right at you, and Planty obviously. Say hello, man. Oh god, it's right there. Oh, god. It's good to be back, guys. I've been away this weekend having some nice time with my friends and my girlfriend, having a bloody good time, actually. Today we're throwing down a full game commentary. That's me burping in the background, excuse me. As you know, I tend to do that every now and again, and it's embarrassing, I know, come on. So we're playing Urgot today. Why? Because he's quite a fun champion to play, actually, and he's quite underplayed. Which I guess it's because he's a bit weird. He's very unique in the way he plays, and he's actually very frustrating as well if you don't manage to pull it off correctly. But this is an in-house Compact Gaming in-house, which means there are 5 Compact Gaming versus 5 other Compact Gaming, and the setup is Vladimir, Shyvana, Alistar, me playing Urgot, and a Gangplank versus a Kennen. You got Seraph, long-range son of a gun. Janna Ezreal bottom against me and Alistar. That's gonna be interesting. And we got a Shaco in the jungle. So with an Alistar and a Shaco in the jungle, you definitely want to go for some early aggression. We didn't find them in there, so we are just gonna steal that wolf, leaving one there. Oh, Alistar having some trouble mid. Giggity. Stealing one, leaving one wolf actually, and setting him back as much as possible. And stealing the blue as well, which makes it quite hard for him, especially if he doesn't get those early ganks off. So I'm gonna try and last. Oh my god, missing my first CS here in the game. That's so annoying. That is just annoying, guys. Alistar coming through the river to support me. I'm gonna stay here, try and stay safe until I get my support back. But here comes Shaco with the red buff. He's gonna go in for an early gank. Oh, critical hit though, and that passive is gonna do some damage. Nice mystic shot from Ezreal there, but I am gonna be okay. Luckily for me, Janna was in range to actually do something, and I had my heal and flash, so I was cool. Luckily I didn't blow any of them, so I have them still up. I'm gonna chug my potions and try and stay at max range. Now on Urgot, you really do want to have a very safe couple of first levels. I definitely don't want to die in the first couple of levels, because that sets you back immensely, and you can't really rely in the same way on the late game. Here I believe Ezreal is going to do a nice job at level 2, zoning me out, dodging that Q from me with his arcane shift, beautifully done. Yeah, you definitely want to get through the first levels. Like at level 5, you will be extremely strong if you hit your E and follow that up with tons of Qs afterwards. So you want to try and get to that point and then capitalize as much as you can on your early to mid game, because that is when Urgot can deal the damage. Later though, he kind of falls off. He's not the hyper carry that you would expect from maybe a Caitlyn and Ashe or something like that. So you want to try to make the most out of his early game, and that is basically how I play him. So what I usually do is I try to rush a Manamune or Manamune or Manamunono, or however you pronounce that item. I don't know, guys. Come on, give me a break here. So yeah, you want to. I want to get a very, very quick Manamune, and then I want to get some defensive items to really capitalize and you know, have a very strong mid game, because that Manamune is gonna let me have a lot of damage in the mid or early game, and after that I'm gonna slightly tone off in damage and become sort of a bruiser, a disruptive type thing, and a crab. I'm always a crab. Okay, gonna speed the video up here a bit through these CSing. So, God, I failed my CS in this game, if I remember correctly. So this, like I said, it's a CG in-house, which means that we get, you know, a lot of different skilled players, which is, you know, all fun, and we get to throw down with the highest skilled players in the clan versus the, you know, a bit lower skilled, but, you know, again, it's all for the fun and the laughs. Alistar warding up there, since the Shaco does have some nice gank potential. Gonna try and hit my E here on the Ezreal and get a couple of Qs in. Janna's shield, they're gonna do some defensive use on him, but again, he's gonna get sewn up. That's really a strong thing about Urgot. If you manage to hit that E, they are gonna have to back off, because they don't want to take that Q damage, and again, here I'm getting it on Janna. That shield doing the work. I'm gonna be out of range for the second shot. And taking a necessary turret hit. Good job, Spaz. Good job. Makes me go. So again, if you hit that E on them, ooh, some nice aggression here. I think Shaq was coming in for a gank, that is why. Exhaust goes down, there's that whirlwind. Oh, okay, I'm gonna use my heal here, because I know that Janna has ignite. I don't want that to be on me when I use my heal. I want to get max potential out of it, and we're gonna back off safely. Gonna use my heal there, hitting it on Janna, and she's gonna back off, even though I don't have any mana. I couldn't follow that up, but that was enough to actually scare them off a little bit, and we managed to get away. And we're gonna recall here. Shyvana was here, but nothing we could have done. Again, we're happy if Shaco doesn't get any successful ganks. So right now I'm gonna buy my tier. I do realize that I have enough money if I sell my pot, so I go for the tier. And you know, I do realize that going for a couple of Dorans is actually quite useful. Although with Alistar, like with the setup as it is right now, I have my Alistar and they have Janna and Ezreal. I just feel so safe with my Alistar. The pulverize, the knockback, the heal, it's just, you know, I don't really need that Dorans if I play safely. And if that's the case, I just, usually like to go for the tier, because I like to build up that mana so I can be very useful in the early mid game, which, is the key of playing a successful Urgot. Like, you really want to shine in the mid game. Here Shyvana is coming in for a gank. Alistar is not in range though, and that slow is not going to be enough for me to hit my E, nor are we going to follow that up with anything. So if you get a gank there, Shyvana is not the best ganker. Like, she has the movement speed, which is great. She has the red buff there, and that is a great slow indeed. But Alistar is really the one that needs to get the initiation there, because if you can get that hard CC first, then you can follow that up with a slow, and it's going to be a lot of damage. So yeah, feeling very safe with Alistar in lane. I'm going to grab my tier like I did there, and build up the mana. Shyvana there is actually gonna bump into Ezreal in the jungle, and he's gonna do some nice damage onto her, and she's gonna have to back up. We don't want to give Shaco anything, like that's the key. We really do not want to give Shaco anything in this game, and then we'll just pwn him late game. So what's been going on? As you guys have seen, due to my private life, I have actually been a bit inactive with videos this weekend. As you guys know, I do like to get videos out there for you on a daily basis, ideally, but again, if school is busy and I'm busy, I can't really do it. So I can't really say that I have a schedule for the videos. I love the fact that you are commenting and, poking me like, oh, where's the next video, Spazzy? It's really a good motivator for me, and I love the fact that you guys are waiting for them. It's really fun. But again, just stay tuned, and they will be on their way. I do have some videos planned, but I'm not going to say anything on that yet, because it's not written in stone. Alistar's going to go be here, and I'm going to try and use my abilities to try and get a couple of last hits without getting into a scary range of Janna and Ezreal. So that's a great thing with Urgot. You can really last hit with your Q and your E, especially with your E. If you get that in, it's actually a good last hitter on the back line of the minions. Like here, I want to stay way out of range, because if they realize that Alistar's not here, that's trouble. But I can just get a little last hit there with my Q, and it's just very, very nice. So like I said, let's talk a little bit more about Urgot. The thing about Urgot is I do think that because first when I picked him up, when he came out, like way back, it was actually very, very frustrating because I didn't master him, and when you do not master those skill shots, it's just very, very frustrating. It's not fun to play him at all. But when you do pull it off, it's actually a lot of fun, because those crab claws flying in the air, man, it's just hilarious. Gonna put my E on Ezreal here, follow that up with 3 secure hits from my Q when my W is active there for the slow, and Janna was not in lane, so... And as you can see, guys, that took him to half health there, and I don't have any damaging items yet. So, yeah, again, a very, very strong early game champion. So... if you do not have a team, like usually you do not have a team, if you pick the Urgot, you do not have another AD carry. That's usually how it works. And if you do, you really want to win the game mid-game. Like you definitely want to surrender. that is usually what I find, because when it gets to really late game, it's going to be tricky for you to do the damage, and you're going to end up with a team that lacks a bit of damage. Here Janna is going to get caught by Alistar with a pulverize. I'm going to pop down my E and my Q and do as much damage as I can. Most soon actually goes down. I'm going to flash in range. I know that Janna does not have any flash for this game, but ideally I wanted to be in range for my ultimate, I think, but I failed a bit. I miscalculated the range. But Ezreal popped his flash as well, so that's a cooldown for him, which is cool, I guess, because we feel like we are stronger right now. Shyvana's coming in actually, but he's gonna fail that dragon form. Oh, giggity. So not a kill, unfortunately, but I guess that was a good job. A for effort, A for effort. We're gonna push this minions winning wave out, and I'm gonna try and get my zoning on and do some... Hello, Mr. Phone! As you guys know, Mr. Phone always interrupts me when I'm doing these videos, and I'm getting a bit annoyed. And yeah, Shaco's coming in. We see the poof there in the jungle, and we're gonna back off. He's not gonna be in range. I'm gonna try and hit my E on him. Yeah, not in range. Oh, that's unfortunate. So yeah, saving up my money now for the man immune, which is something I want to get going as fast as possible. Drinking some cola today, man. That is weird. As you guys know, I'm quite of a healthy person. I do actually tend to drink the healthy drinks like tea and coffee. Like, coffee's healthy. I don't know, man. What am I talking about? Oh, those mystic shots, man. He's poking me. He's poking my huge crab body of doom. So Alistar there is going to heal me up, and that is all cool. Shyvana is now actually, like, if you take a look on the setup... Oh, good job, Vladimir, grabbing the kill in mid there on Serath. Good job, man. Good job. If you take a look at the setup, we have a Shyvana in the jungle and we have a Vladimir mid. And that actually means that I am going to be the one who gets the blue buffs, which is awesome. Like, Urgot with blue buff is so strong. So strong. So I'm gonna go in now. She's prepped it for me. I'm gonna go up there and grab that blue. Excellent. And now we can do some real damage. Like, ideally I want to get my Manamune now though to capitalize on this, but I think we're gonna push this wave up first to really you know, have enough time to go back and not lose out on too many minions. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Using my Q there and my auto attacks to get the last hits, and failing some of them, getting some, missing some Qs. It's okay, no problem, Spaz. I still think you're good. Am I talking to myself again? Planty, take over! You guys have no idea what he's saying. But it was completely full of sense and logic. Oh my god, getting my Mune here, brilliant. And I am gonna get those Merc Treads because, yeah, I really do want to get them against Kennen and Serath. It's a pain, it's a pain. So right now I do have my Manamune. My next item is going to be defensive, like it usually is. I build out my level 2 boots, but after that I build defensive. And it's a bit different, but usually I go for the Frost Knot. We're going to see some action top. Kennen pops down ultimate, Gangplank pops down ultimate. Shyvana's doing a good job staying at the turret there and going to survive that. And I believe, yeah, GP's going to get a kill there on Kennen. And I just managed to hit my E on Janna. With the blue buff, that is going to be 3 secure hits, even though I got interrupted. And now I can also Sona Kennen. Alistar's coming in from behind. We are going to do this fight. I am going to use my switcheroo to beef me up a bit, since it does give you some magic resistant armor. And here Monsoon is gonna be out of range of Ezreal. I'm gonna miss a Q, but now I'm hitting all of them with my exhaust though. It's gonna be some less damage, but here Ezreal is getting extremely low, hitting a non-lock on Q there, and that's 1, and that's 2 for the kill. Beautiful. Again, blue buff for the win. If I would have had a longer cooldown there, Ezreal might have been out of range, and that Janna shield would have actually saved him. And Vladimir's grabbing a kill in mid, and something else happened there. I think I missed that, but yeah, that was cool. So again, when you get those long-range kills, guys, it's so rewarding. You should definitely try Urgot out. He's very different because he does not rely on auto attacks, and it's very hard. Like, I find it quite hard last hitting on him. But yeah, those Qs, man. Longer range dio. Free Drake for us, which is great. We want to set up for that strong mid game that I'm talking about, and that is Urgot. Oh yeah, blue on Urgot, strong, so strong. You are correct, sir. Good job, Spazio, pointing that out. Strong. I don't know why that word is so funny. It's just hilarious to me. You know, I'm mildly amused by it every single time it's used, either by me or my friends. So right now we're gonna zone out Janna, doing our best here to make sure that she doesn't get too many last hits. As soon as she comes in, I'm gonna pop my E and just zone her out completely. Get away, man, get away. And Ezreal is obviously probably coming back to lane right now. We want to push this lane out a bit. We should probably be pushing harder than we are right now. I guess we're trying to zone. Missing my E there. Damn it. Jack was coming in for a gank. I'm missing my Q there because I'm a bit panicked. I wanted to get those last hits, but yeah. He's going to come in here, deceive, and I'm going to pop my shield just to make sure. And we're okay because they are not in range to follow that up. I'm using my E there, even though we actually could see that Jack was on the minimap. He actually was on the lower brush, but yeah. I'm a noob, so what can you do? Janna here is actually going to be way out of position. I'm going to use my E, get that Q in. She's going to do a very, very nice zoning whirlwind that actually going to put me way out of position. Alistar taking a lot of damage. Maybe he should... Monsoon actually goes down, so that's good. Maybe we should, though, consider going back because Shaco was close, as we saw before. Oh, come on, Riven. Oh, damn it, here he is. Back off, flashing away, popping that ultimate a bit too late, and that is going to be a mystic shot for the kill, and I'm going to get away. Ezreal is low on mana. Yeah, doesn't have any mana, actually, and Ezreal without mana is just not as strong as Ezreal with mana. Duh! So that is some pro commentary for you right there. No, you don't learn that in any school, I know. Oh my god, our Gangplank is doing a good job. He's actually getting a couple of kills now. He's actually getting semi-fed, which is always nice. Gonna zone out that Ezreal. Here he's actually going to help our invade that we are doing. He's gonna help out there, and I'm gonna move there. I'm a bit late now, actually. I'm a bit disappointed by seeing this. He's gonna grab a kill on our Vladimir, icing that killing spree, and I'm gonna come in a bit too late. He'll go down for Ezreal, and here comes Shaco again. Kennen also coming into the fray. I'm gonna focus him since he's an easy kill, and I probably should have done that better, though. I could have killed him without my E and saved my E for Ezreal. But again, Urgot is a bit high skill cap in that terms. Like, you definitely do panic a bit sometimes, and you just E the closest targets that you want to see dead. But luckily for us, Ezreal is gonna stay, and that is gonna be a blue buff for me. Gonna hit my E there, and then just do it, and that's a kill. Lovely. So nice to keep that blue buff nice and refreshed on me. Again, it's so very strong. So right now we're gonna pummel down this turret. And yeah, we could keep the lane the way it is right now, but there's really no sense in doing that, since we really want to capitalize on the mid game, like I've said a zillion times. Get it? Zillion times? LoL reference for you. Oh god. And we have mid pushed, and we really want to try and invade that Shaco now, because he's set back, and we're in a really good position. So right now I am going to go back again, and now I'm going to get my defensive item. And since we have a Shaco, we have an Ezreal, we have jumpers on me, I'm definitely gonna rush my Frozen Heart. Gonna get my Merc Treads there, and I'm gonna get the first component for the Frozen Heart. I don't remember what it's called. Glacier Shroud, that's it. So you got armor, you got cooldowns, and you got mana, and with your mana mune, that mana actually feeds into damage. So it's an awesome item overall with this build. And again, when you switch ADs into your range, they are going to be completely shut down if you have that Frozen Heart. And cooldowns, of course, essential, like I said. So yeah, Ezreal here, completely overextended. I should have gone around the long way here though, and I'm actually going in from front, and I'm missing my E on him, which is terra bad, and Alistar is gonna do his best, but Ezreal doing a very, very standard, but still skilled Arcane Shift escape there. They are going to be aggressive though. I have my blue. I'm feeling very confident right now, because right now I'm stronger than most of these ADs in the mid game. If they haven't got some, like extreme farm above me. I'm losing my ability to talk. As you guys know, I usually do that in the end of these commentaries. Oh god. So yeah, right now I think Alistar getting caught there with Shaco. I'm going to use my E and then just Q the crap out of him from long range. And then I'm going to turn to Ezreal and use my passive to reduce his damage, and with my armor I have no problem tanking this. And then here I'm very scared that Janna's going to use her soon, so I'm going to pop my ult just in time. I believe Pilz told me that, Pilz playing Janna there, he told me like, I was just about to use my monsoon, and I was just in range. Alistar here is going to do a beautiful knock up there on Janna. I'm going to follow that up with my E, and there's a Q, and there's another Q, and another Q, and another Q. For the kill. Oh my god. Now that is rewarding. And oh, if I would have hit that on Ezreal, that would probably have been some more... Well, probably not. Didn't have my slow up. But still. When you have the blue especially, I have the blue and my Grey Shell for cooldowns, and that is just insane. You can Q all day long. It's just hilarious to me. Oh, so rewarding, guys. So rewarding. Pick Urgot up, for Christ's sake. Try him out. It's fun. A couple of people would probably rage when you pick him, because they don't see the potential and the funness of this champion. Gonna try and zone out Ezreal, and a perfect either right in front of my feet. That's really where you want to lay down those E's, man. You want to lay them down directly below you, because you know that's where you get the most potential out of it. Just kidding. So here Shyvana's gonna get caught. Kennen is gonna use his ability there, and I'm gonna say go in. I have my blue up, I have my heal up even, so this is a good chance for us to go in. Gangplank is gonna drop down his ultimate there. Alistar flashing in range, and I'm also gonna flash in range to use my E on Kennen. I really want to burst him down here. Janna is gonna take the first hit, but I'm gonna Q together with Gangplank. Use my heal there, and here I probably should have switched Shaco in there, but right now I'm panic a bit, and here comes Serath for the insane damage. I'm gonna use my... Oh, my ultimate actually gets interrupted here. Not the best fight, but I'm gonna try and zone out Ezreal a bit. Here comes Shaco though. I know I'm dead, so I'm gonna hit him in the face with my Q when he shows up. And I really wanted my team to follow that up, but they go for Ezreal instead. Shaco has the Oracle, and he has his Deceive on cooldown, but they are gonna pick him off anyway there, I think. And Serath there on low mana, gonna chase down. I do believe the surrender vote is actually coming in here. And again, that's ideal. That's an ideal Urgot game. A quick surrender vote, an early game win. And yeah, so pick up Urgot, guys. He's really a challenge to play, because it's so different and it's extremely fun. If you enjoyed this video, guys, feel free to hit that like button and add this to your favorites. It really helps me out. Oh my god, that was a nice crit from Gangplank. Don't forget to subscribe and become a Planty lover today. Also, feel free to comment anything that's on your mind in the comment box below. This has been Spazzy, and I am out. Dudes.